Hello guys, welcome back to my channel for your stimulus check and stimulus package update. This is September the 20th. This is a new update to come up. It's 2:19 a.m. in the morning, and it's more or less it's about your second stimulus check, and it's about like a timeline, like when they passed a bill. It's like when you can expect it and what category you're in, and from that point on when you can expect it. So let's go over this, and at the end we'll go over a few things and see what's what. So let's get into this. Now, with mere weeks to until the November 3 election, there's mounting pressure for negotiators to finalize a new economic relief bill that could incorporate a second stimulus check if a second payment is approved by the legislation or through executive order. The details may differ from the first stimulus check, including at least one qualification that might actually spell more money for you. Now, the IRS is expected to send payments out quickly if there's a second round, but what exactly does that mean for your situation? Okay, okay, hold on. Now, when and if another stimulus check gets the green light, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin has said it will take about a week to mobilize the first payments. I can get about 50 million payments really quickly. Now, a lot of it into people's direct accounts, which is, like, for instance, USSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad Retirement, Veterans, all those programs, people like that's got direct deposits, or the direct express cards, debit cards. You'll be the very first ones to get it. Now, we've speculated potential dates based on calendars from the House of Representatives and the Senate, and also based on a statement from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who vowed to keep her chamber in session until a deal is reached. Now, for reference, we include the timeline for the now expired CARES Act. The payments don't go out to everyone at once. So, what we need to do, we've got a timetable here of like when could the second stimulus checks go out, and it's like a date. Like if they pass it, then it goes from the Senate to the House, and the date signed when the President signs it. Then it's got some dates at the bottom, like for direct deposit people, paper checks, and so on. So I'll leave that in the description below, okay guys? Now, who could get the stimulus check first? Well, let's see. It's likely the IRS would keep roughly the same system for sending out the second stimulus check that is used the first time, including the IRS Get My Payment tool for tracking your stimulus check and registering for direct deposit. That means the agency might also follow the same order for distributing payments, which led some to receive their checks days or even weeks sooner than others. Some are still waiting for the first checks, and here's how it went for the checks that were sent out starting April the 15th. Direct deposit, roughly 80 million people who filed 2018-2019 tax returns and had already provided the IRS with their direct deposit information, according to the House Committee on Ways and Means. May 13th was the cutoff to register for direct deposit. Now, Social Security beneficiaries. People who had direct deposit information on file with federal agencies may still receive their checks in the first week, though perhaps not the first day. Paper checks. The IRS began to mail these out about a week later to people without direct deposit data on file. Now, economic impact payment debit cards. Prepaid Visa cards that were sent to around 4 million people starting in mid-May. Last group, anyone who received their checks after June or is still waiting to receive their stimulus payment. Direct payments will continue through the end of 2020. For some individuals who were not part of the previous groups, here is what could be holding up the stimulus checks delivery for some, and how to connect to the IRS to report a missing or lost stolen check. Now, when could the IRS finish sending checks? Well, let's see. While we expect the bulk of people to get their money sooner, if the first round is any indication, it could still take months for the IRS to send all checks. 6 months after the first stimulus payments went out, the federal agency is still trying to track down millions of people who may be owed money. Any, if even with the experience of processing roughly 160 million payments in the IRS back pocket, some would probably need clear a few hurdles to receive their money. Here are a common bumps that would hold up the first stimulus check for some. Now, what might cause a delay with your stimulus check? We want details unless or until a new bill passes and the IRS gears up to send another round of checks. But here are sticking points to watch for. Changes to aid for dependents. If Congress expects or narrows the definition of a dependent in the next bill, it could require the IRS to adjust its accounting system. That may potentially slow processing your payment. Calculate how much you get. If the rules change to include more people as eligible dependents. Banking status. If your banking status changes, it could hold up a recipient of your payment. Banking status disproportionately impacted black Americans and other people of color. According to an analyst by the think tank Urban Institute, people who identify as white and whose incomes were above the poverty line were more likely to have received their first stimulus checks by the end of May than people who identify as black, Hispanic, or below the poverty line, and an analyst found. Non-filers need to take an extra step. People who earn below the threshold to be required to file federal income tax returns 2018 or 2019 also would not get a stimulus check unless they completed an online form for the IRS. This group includes low-income families with children and a far greater number of black people and people of color. Over 9 million people have until October the 15th to claim their checks. If you're seeking more resources, now if you're still waiting on the first round of payments, you can track your status on your stimulus check, learn how to report your no-show check to the IRS, and find possible reasons why your stimulus check still hasn't arrived. And here are resources about COVID-19 hardship loans and unemployment insurance, what you can do if you've lost your job, what to know about evictions and later car payments if you could receive 2 refund checks from the IRS, and how to take control of your budget. Now, the COVID-19 updates. Now, it goes on to say new stimulus package before the election. Here's the last date it could pass. Now, I'll put that in the description below. And it very well could be close. Now, listen, guys. They've got to pass this before the end of this month. It's 31 days in this month, right? They've got to pass this before September the 31st. Because if they don't, there's going to be a government shutdown. And they won't let that happen. They won't. They can't. So they've got to pass this stimulus bill. And they got to pass it quickly. And that's why I said I'm thinking they'll have something passed in the next couple of days and have it signed into law and have this money going out. They can't wait much closer to the end of this month. They just can't. But regardless, this is a good thing, guys. Listen, I mean, I just went over this for you all to give you kind of a clue, or maybe to help some people understand. But they won't they can't let this government shut down. They won't. It will be. You think it's bad now? It will be triple, double, triple bad. But they ain't gonna let that happen. They can't. So that's a good reason for them to get this done in the next couple of days, no later than another week. This is the 20th. So they got 11 days, and I'm thinking they might have this done and signed into law within a week, tops. That's my opinion. So let's see what happens, and but I think they will. And guys, like I said, the people that's on SSI, SSD, Social Security, Railroad Department, veterans, all that, you guys are good. Don't worry about it, because if you got it the first time, and ever how you got it, direct deposit, check, whatever, that's how you're going to get this time. So you guys got nothing to worry about. You're good to go. And let's see, what else was it? Oh yeah, guys, and something else. Listen, we'll make it through this. I know it's hard, and you probably hearing me say it's hard, but it is. Sorry, it is. But just have faith in God, guys. That's all we can do. That's all we got. He'll see us through this. He won't let us down. Got any questions, comments? Leave it in the comment box below. I'll check them. I always read them. And if there's anything you need to know or want to know or got a question about, ask me. If I don't know it, I'll find out. So, guys, listen, hey, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. And until next time, peace out.